Hello, what are you supposed to do next after filling the DS260 form? Welcome back to Verified So and welcome to this channel. So this question can be answered as follows. Once you've filled your DS260 form, then what actually follows is the long wait. Remember that every DV program will have their interviews begin the month of October after the results are out. So normally the results come out in the month of May, and then from the month of May till October 1st, nothing at all happens about the diversity visa. But during that period, you are supposed to fill the DS260 form and submit it. And then after submitting it, you need to wait till the 1st of October for the interviews to begin for that DV lottery. I hope that is clear. Now, having known that, what are you supposed to do? Initially, there used to be the document procedure. That is the time when you were requested by KCC to submit the proof documents for whatever you filled in the DS260 form. But it was removed in the year 2021 in the month of December, and up to now we are not submitting the documents. We don't say that it might remain so permanently. It might change in the future, and maybe people will start submitting the documents. But as up to now, there is no submission of documents. So what you're supposed to do, you should wait for October 1st for the interviews to begin. And more so, you should wait until your number becomes current and it is fully processed, and then you get your second notification letter. That's when activities begin. And that is, once you get your second notification letter, you will have to schedule for your medical appointment, for the medical examination, and go through the medical examination. And then after that, you'll have to attend the interview and go through the interview. So after the second notification letter, activities begin to roll on. But should you just lie in wait for the day of your interview? Absolutely no. What are you supposed to do? With me and on this screen, we have this article on the website guidedmein.com, and that website is by Verified. So here you get a lot of information. And today we specifically tackle what you're supposed to do as you wait for the interview, the processes that follow after filling the DS260 form. So read with me here. We have that you need to wait for the interviews to begin for that fiscal year, and then you wait for the second notification letter as shown here, and then the process proceeds. But as you wait, what are you supposed to do? And this is very important. Note this. You need to start preparing the documents. And I know some of you, and it may be many of you, you might be having some documents while you might not be having the rest of the documents. Like for example, just today in the comments, someone asked that they filled the initial application as married because they were cohabiting. They had done traditional marriage and they don't have the legal marriage certificate. And they were asking what should they do? Did they do it wrong? And the answer is they didn't do it wrong. What they need to do is to go ahead and process the marriage certificate using the affidavit of marriage. So you get the documents that you don't have. Others, maybe they lost some of their documents. For example, the academic documents. Now, this is the time as you wait for that time to come when the interviews will begin for you to prepare for these documents, reapply for the documents. If you had not any passport when you are filling the DS260 form, is the highest time that you apply for it and follow up with it until you get the passport. In short, as you wait for this, according to this article, make sure you prepare all the documents that you don't have. And that is what is covered in this number 1. And then let's proceed. After filling the DS260 form, as the interview begins and your number becomes current, then the next step is the interview, preparing for the interview. Remember, the interview is not as hard, it's not the hardest of the interviews, because it's just checking on whatever you filled in the DS260 form, confirming the details that you filled in the DS260 form, and you will receive the second notification letter once your number becomes current and your DS260 has been processed and there is a vacancy at your embassy for you, and then you get the appointment. That is the second notification letter, and that's what is covered here, the visa interview. That's what follows after you have become current. And under the interview, as you can see clearly, the United States Department of State will send you the notification, that is the second notification letter, and then you'll need to arrange for your medical examination. And then after that, you have already gathered the supporting documents, and then you do a mock interview. This is doing exercises on how you'll answer the questions. You just go through the questions that possibly might be asked regarding your specific case. If you're married, what are some sample questions that majority of those who went through the interview have been asked? You just go through them and ready yourself. If you are single and you don't have any kid, what are the kinds of questions they normally ask? So you do a mock interview in preparation. That will help you in gathering your courage, gathering your confidence. So you do a mock interview as you wait for that. And as you proceed, you see, you also may expect to receive administrative processing. So one of the possible answers or one of the possible outcomes after the interview, of course, is you might get successfully and be issued with the visa, or you might be denied the visa, or you might be put into administrative processing, which means further checking. And if you get the administrative processing, then you ensure that you follow the instructions the consular give to you, and you do it with urgency. If they need any document for clarification, you need to submit them as urgently or as promptly as needed. And then you should always stay informed. Follow up with how your case is going in that case of administrative processing. And if they stay for a long time without them communicating back to you, you need to contact them, call them, and follow up with your case. There is no harm. In any case, it helps you in that process. And then as you proceed down here, of course, you see the visa issuance. That's what follows if you get successful. You receive your diversity visa. And this is done by you leaving your passport or passports back with the embassy, and they will process your visa. Now, when they are processing your visa, your CAC status, you will see it changing to administrative processing. Get this right. You have gone through the interview successfully and you have been told the visa has been approved. And then you've left your passport or passports with the consulate or the embassy for you to collect later with the stamped visa. Now, when you check your CAC status when following up your case, you might see it changing to administrative processing. This should not raise an alarm to you. It should not raise a concern. That is normal. Administrative processing, once your visa has been issued, simply means they are processing your visa. So that should not confuse you. This is not like the other administrative processing where your case has to be put to further background check. This is different. If you see it change to that and you left your passport with the embassy, that should not be a bother. And then, of course, you will receive your passport back within 1 week or 10 days with the stamped visa. And then you receive the visas through the delivery service that you had applied for. So those are just the steps that follow after you have filled your DS260 form. And I know that it has come on the right time, and I know I've covered a lot in this video. But if you want more of this, because we have below here the frequently asked questions regarding what happens after the DS260 form submission, we have, like, for example, what happens if I miss the deadline to submit this DS260 form, and so on and so forth. So thank you guys for watching this video. As usual, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, support it, and let's meet in the next video.